What is going on, everybody? Danny back here for another video for you guys, man. Today we're going to be checking out another video that came out yesterday by Wrestlelamia titled He Needs to Stop. And if you guys are viewers of Wrestlelamia, or if you guys are in the IWC or the wrestling universe all over online, probably know where he's getting at this. Tony Khan, man, he even has a picture of Tony Khan as a clown on the thumbnail. I do want to let you guys know, man, I am an AEW fan. I'm an AEW watcher. I watch it every week. If you guys join my live streams, you guys know that. I don't want you guys watching this video thinking that this is just going to be like a hate train when it comes to TK. But I am, however, going to give my thoughts on this. Whatever Wrestlelamia has to say. I might agree, I might disagree. So we're going to be checking this out. Don't go into this video thinking that it's going to be a hate train. I might agree, disagree. It doesn't matter, man. I'm going to give my thoughts. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be upfront and honest with you guys while we watch this video. So if you guys like videos like this, you already know what to do. Make sure you guys smash the subscribe button with the notification bell turned on. Check out my social media accounts. Links are in the description. Leave a like on the video as well. Check this out, man. He Needs to Stop by Wrestlelamia. Let's check it out.
Tony Khan needs to be stopped. No, we're not talking about the AEW president's incredible obsession with signing talent. That's a video for another day.
That's a video for another
day.
day.
Khan's latest social media meltdown, a situation that has some wrestling fans thinking...
Right here, man. The proof is in the pudding. Right here. If you guys don't... I don't have a Twitter account, but obviously I'm not a moron. I know what happens, man. Anything that happens pro wrestling related, trust me, I find out very quickly. I can't count how many people in the IWC or in the content creation, pro wrestling space, whatever, that have made videos about the entire situation. I have not. This is the first time I'm ever addressing this, I think, in a video format, live stream, whatever it is. So let's go over this tweet, what Tony Khan said. I believe this came out on the 9th, which was last Tuesday, if I remember correctly. Obviously, it was the day after Monday Night Raw, because Monday Night Raw and WWE do have a lot to do with this. So, at Tony Khan on Twitter, man, a double standard at 730 Hook, 28-1 career record on winning streak, calls out the champ. A logical challenge sparks online outrage. That doesn't necessarily spark online outrage, TK. I'm gonna talk to you more logically than I feel like a lot of other people have talked to you. Hook, phenomenal talent. He does take after his dad in a lot of instances. Obviously, he's a suplex machine. He'll get in there with anybody. It doesn't matter. But Hook has never really had a formidable opponent. He's always beaten jobbers or, guys that have already been on losing streaks as it is. He's never been in that main event caliber space. He's never had a match with the MJFs or the Adam Coles or the Wardlows, the Samoa Joes of AEW. You know what I mean? So that's where the outrage, it comes into play, because there's other guys on your roster that are more formidable opponents for Samoa Joe. And I know we're going to get there. Obviously, we saw that in this past Dynamite. Obviously, I do believe wholeheartedly that Swerve is going to be the world champion before the end of the year. But I feel like Hook, instead of racking up a bunch of wins when it comes to jobbers and people that, you obviously know he's going to... It's almost like the Jade Cargill. Jade Cargill, phenomenal specimen. In shape. She can get in there with the best of them. She was really green. You can definitely tell she's worked up to where, to get to the point to where she was before she left AEW. But she was never in there with the Britt Baker. She was never in there with the Toni Storm. She was never in there with the Saraya. She was the most formidable opponent she had was Chris Statlander, who she lost to. And that's where a lot of the online outrage, so to speak, comes from. Is because even though Hook has won, he's never beaten a top-tier guy. So it's almost like, you're falling by the wayside. You're pushing back other talent that are more deserving of being in that spot. We know Hook is going to lose. You know what I mean? There's more you could have did with Samoa Joe than put Hook in there. And don't get me wrong, Hook's a phenomenal talent. But anyway, let's continue. Jinder has literally lost every single match he's in for the past year. Immediately gets a title shot. Where is the rage? That is 100% true. But we also have to remember, Jinder was in 3MB. He got fired, came back, almost like a Drew McIntyre situation, got himself really good shape. He's a former WWE champion. Even though I fucking hate Jinder Mahal, I don't like his character. I wish the product is a lot better with him not on it. And I feel like a lot of people troll saying that, Jinder for World Champion 2024, Jinder for the, let him win the Rumble and go on to WrestleMania. No, none of those things is going to happen because I will stop watching. Not that, my opinion really matters in the first place. So there's a huge difference when it comes to Jinder Mahal and Hook. I hate Jinder Mahal. I like Hook. I'm just speaking facts. And then obviously he took the time to promote AEW Dynamite, which took place at Daly's place, man.
Khan needs to step away from social media. It also has some fans laughing at how easily AEW's president seems to fly off the handle. While critics may be wrong, accusations that Khan is thin-skinned, immature, or irritable are hard to dismiss when you actually read Khan's comments.
Oh my god, Cody Rhodes' wife.
The company's public face, and it's a situation full of potential.
Chris Van Vliet.
Tony Khan is obviously proud of his product. Who wouldn't be? That's their baby at the end of the day. While AEW has stumbled over the last year or so, there are still plenty of good things going for the company. However, Khan seems to be like a helicopter parent who can't separate himself from his pride and joy.
One thing that I've noticed, alright, and again, this is not me bashing Tony Khan, this is just me stating my opinion. You like it, cool. If you don't, well, go watch somebody else that's gonna bullshit to you. I feel like TK, he's not that good at public speaking. He's not that good at being articulate and being, upfront or whatever. And he has a habit of, even if you ask him a simple question, like a yes and no question, and we got to that in, I made a video when Jim Cornette was talking about the whole Chris Jericho situation or whatever. That has since died down a little bit, it seems. There's some AW marks and some assholes or whatever that have been booing him at, recent shows, which I think, should stop or whatever. TK does not like, you ask him a simple question, is it true? Just say yes, no. It's not that hard. Now, he might be advised by, lawyers or whoever the fuck to, not say anything or whatever. But by doing that, it just makes the individual look a little bit more guilty than if you were to just be upfront and honest. You know what I mean? Whenever Tony Khan's at a media scrum or a press conference, like, he blinks a lot and everybody, assumes that he's on, COKE. I'm not going to say the word because I don't, I'm in the process of being able to get monetized, man. I don't need that shit to fucking hinder my process. But he says, a lot. He's like, another, it's almost like he stumbles over his words. He doesn't know exactly what to say. He's not good at voicing his opinion, so I do think that he should not be involved with the press conferences because, unless he likes people talking shit. I don't know. I don't know the guy. Never met the guy. I'm just speaking my opinion. Whether people want to call him facts or say that I'm, a bullshit liar, I don't know. But, yeah, Tony Khan is just not a very good speaker, man.
Good things going for the company. However, Khan seems to be like a helicopter parent who can't separate himself from his pride and joy, inadvertently embarrassing himself and the product. So join us now on why he needs to be stopped.
Oh.
Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification.
I talked for almost 11 minutes, man, and we're just now getting into the actual video.
Also check out our new website, Wrestlelamia'S.com.
It's going to be a long one. I just feel like I have a lot to say, and if I don't say it, it's never going to get said.
Firstly, let's look at his tirade. In case you missed it, Tony Khan took offense when fans questioned the decision to book FTW champion.
I just explained my opinion as to why there was outrage.
Now, maybe for some, Hook doesn't deserve the match, at least compared to the bigger names in AEW. However, Khan defended the decision, noting Hook's AEW record, a double standard. Hook
has a record, yes, 28-1, nothing to scoff at. Hell, if you win one match, one pro wrestling match, or one boxing match, whatever it is, you deserve praise for it because you're doing something that not a lot of people have the ability to do. But Hook hasn't been in a match with somebody in a big time program to justify him getting a world title match yet. The kid's still young. He's like fucking 19, 20 years old. Let him grow as a performer. Let him be in uncomfortable situations. Let him start these big time feuds or whatever that'll push him into the future. I want to see him feud with Adam Cole's and MJF and, you know, Swerve and Hangman Adam Page. Like, he needs to get to that level. He's not at that level yet. Because I do feel like Tony Khan, it's almost like, and I have noticed this, even though I'm an AEW fan, I like a lot of what they do. There's a lot that I don't like. But Tony Khan has a fear of pushing people. He'll push somebody for 6 months, and then he'll take them off TV for like a year. Like, we've seen it with Miro, we've seen it with Malachi Black, House of Black got, demoted from Dynamite to Collision, probably to bring up the ratings or whatever. I feel like Collision has died personally since CM Punk left. But that's the reason why people are outraged when it comes to Hook. His record doesn't mean shit because he hasn't really been in a match with a big time competitor yet. It's all been small time jobbers, and I don't think he's been in a match that has went more than like 5 minutes, maybe, unless it was like probably a tag team match. But then I don't remember. So that, I mean, and I watch the show weekly, man. I have for the past 3 years. That's all that you need to know.
8-1 career record on winning streak calls out the champ. Illogical challenge sparks online outrage. Jinder has literally lost every single match he's in for the past year. Immediately gets title shot. Where's the rage? A Wrestling Inc.'s Raj Giri noted that there is history between Seth Rollins and Jinder. These guys do have history. Seth Rollins defeated.
And I will say, I will speak on this too. Raj Giri posted this on Twitter. These guys do have history. Seth Rollins defeated Jinder Mahal in the tournament finals to become the first NXT champion. That was in like 2011. Let's stop acting like something like this is long-term booking. They knew all the way in 2011 that in 2024. These guys were gonna be in a world championship match on Monday Night Raw or whatever. Let's stop acting like this is long-term booking. This is not long-term booking. You know what I mean? It's fucking not, bro. So let's stop right there. I don't give a fuck who Seth Rollins beat to become the NXT champion. I don't. That was before the Shield. That was before anybody knew who Seth was. Like, has nothing to do with long-term booking, so that shouldn't even be a fucking factor. I have nothing bad to say about Raj Giri. Don't know him, never talked to him, whatever. I have watched a lot of interviews with him, AR involving him, and I do tend to visit Wrestling Inc. quite a bit. But just stop, man. Just stop. It's not long-term booking. I don't give a fuck who you are or what you think. It's not long-term booking.
All in the tournament finals to become the first NXT champion. Well, that might have been enough, but Khan seems to lose it when the USA Network took a jab at Tony's past practice of pointing at how highly rated AEW's matches are rated at cagematch.net. As USA Network tweeted, what was the cage match rating?
I will say, man, let's rewind it. I'm going through this entire fucking thing, man. So if you guys are sick of long videos and long form content like this, I don't give a fuck. I'm stating my opinion about it. Until people understand where I'm coming from, I'm not going to fucking stop. So, just appreciate me putting forth the effort. Alright.
USA Network tweeted, what was the
USA Network, man, what was the cage match rating? Everybody knows, like, if you have the IQ of a squirrel, you still know that Tony Khan, especially when he was growing up, he was huge into the forums and, talking to other pro wrestling fans and, going on these dirt sheet-esque websites, and Cage Match tends to be one that he tends to visit. I personally don't really know what Cage Match is, never been on it, never used it for anything. I think I saw the URL once when I was researching something, but I just automatically assumed it was like a fake website until Tony Khan mentioned it in one of the press scrums. This was a clear shot at TK, and something like this obviously is gonna set him off. I don't think TK said anything until this was said. So USA Network, whoever runs the social media account or whatever, I mean, they should get reprimanded because they started unnecessary drama that didn't necessarily need to be started in the first place. As well as something else that I found out. Everybody knows Tony Khan. He owns or is part owner of the Jacksonville Jaguars, the football team. I'm not a football person. Fuck football. I don't like sports. But I guess they lost their opportunity to go to the Super Bowl or whatever it is. And apparently Fox Network, the Twitter, the I don't know if it was the WWE on Fox or if it was like the Fox, the actual television station, the network or whatever. Obviously, SmackDown is on Fox. But when the Jacksonville Jaguars lost, that Twitter account posted something and used a GIF of Kurt, like the new GIF or whatever it is of Kurt Angle, with the big eyes or whatever the fuck it is. USA and Fox, WWE, whatever, have been clearly taking shots at Tony Khan, setting the fucking guy off. I probably would get upset too, and I would say not so nice things. I'm not the owner of a $1 million company, though, so, I really can't say what I would do if I was in Tony Khan's shoes. But, I mean, those were clear shots, and I do feel like whoever runs these accounts, they should get reprimanded. Do I think they should get fired? No. But I definitely think they need to be reprimanded for doing this because they caused unnecessary drama that didn't need to, be started in the first place. You clearly knew what the fuck you were doing. You knew saying something like this was going to set the fucking guy off. I'm honestly, I watched a lot of videos of people talking about the whole Tony Khan and, WWE Jinder Mahal thing. And I'm surprised nobody fucking said this. You clearly knew what the fuck you were doing before you sent this tweet out. It was going to set the fucking guy off. Tony Khan might be in the wrong for certain things, but so is the USA Network and so is WWE on Fox. You knew what the fuck you were doing.
Cage match rating? This seemed to set Khan off, and he didn't hold back, attacking the WWE's decision to give Jinder Mahal a World Heavyweight Championship match against Seth Rollins. Khan tweeted, "A moral victory for USA is one win more than their world title challenger Jinder Mahal has in the past 364 days, because it's literally been a full year since he won a match. You really put AEW in up."
Tony Khan shouldn't have responded. But again, man, this isn't the first time that Tony Khan has used Twitter to go on some kind of fucking rant. He's known for doing shit like this at this point. To be honest, I don't honestly think anything is going to stop him from doing it again. But I will say, man, I feel like this entire thing is childish. To be honest with you, I feel like in a weird way it could have been prevented. But we also know that TK is a massive wrestling fan. You bet your ass he watches WWE he watches WWE religiously. You fucking know that. Tony Khan has never shied away from his love of pro wrestling.
Getting Jinder Mahal in a big match on your TV show. Do it more often. Now, while there may be some merit to the idea that
I'm really not looking forward to this fucking match, bro. I'm really not looking forward to it.
Jinder literally does have one win over them in the last year at the New Year's Eve 2023 NXT show against Julius Creed, but Khan's comments rubbed many people the wrong way. For some readers, it was a needless attack on wrestler Jinder Mahal. For others, it was incredibly immature. Even if Khan's initial comment was warranted, his decision to wage an unrelenting campaign against anyone and everyone who disagreed with him seemed kind of unnecessary. Campaign against anyone and everyone who disagreed with him seemed kind of unnecessary. Ultimately, it served no other purpose than to give his critics ammunition to be immature. Even if Khan's initial
January 9th at 9:35 p.m. I just want to see if I'm true. If I 308. Yeah, see? 3:08 p.m. 0901. This was made 3 or 4 days before Tony Khan's tweet. They knew what the fuck they were doing, bro. Remember that number, 0901-2024.
People the wrong way. For some readers, it was a needless attack on wrestler Jinder Mahal. For others, it was incredibly immature. Even if Khan...
January 9th, 2024. They knew what the fuck they were doing, bro. They baited this guy. I mean, he was dumb enough to take the bait, but they baited him. Tell me that's not baiting, bro.
Comment was warranted. His decision to wage an unrelenting campaign against anyone and everyone who disagreed with him seemed kind of unnecessary. Ultimately, it served no other purpose than to give his critics ammunition that he's possibly thin-skinned and or overstressed running AEW. One thing just led to another. As often happens with social media comments, Khan's remarks led to a huge amount of responses, and before long it seemed as if everyone was weighing in on Khan's tweets.
Wait a minute. January 9th. 1919. Maybe that was flipped backwards. 0308. This is in UK time, because their numbers are flipped. This is January 9th, 2024. I want to say that was 3 o'clock p.m., but I don't know because of the time difference. This is definitely UK. Somebody's going to have to let me know, man. I'm gonna let the video play. Somebody's got to let me know though.
Khan's tweets. Even worse, Khan seemed to respond to everyone, aggravating the situation. Tony's comments resulted in numerous replies from fans, but also comments and criticisms from wrestlers and wrestling personalities, including Rhea Ripley, Dax Harwood, Bubba Ray Dudley, Eric Bischoff, and the Wrestling Observer newsletter's Dave Meltzer. While it's natural,
damn, everybody got. I don't have a Twitter, so I would have got involved.
Adding fuel to the proverbial fire,
It
which is
probably
why
would
the
have been
term
fun.
Flame War was created to describe threads that went from a simple comment into the digital version of World War III. Some of the comments were just downright brutal in the tweet. Ex-user Jesse said, "You'll never be good enough to compare yourself to Jinder Mahal, Tony." Another Jason at 23 Lake said, "Jinder Mahal outdraws your whole roster." Another
Bro, can we stop this, man? Can we stop acting like Jinder Mahal's a big fucking deal, bro? The dude got demoted to NXT. Most of the people involved in this forgot he was in WWE still until that segment with the fucking Rock, bro. Stop acting like Jinder Mahal is a big deal, because he's fucking not. The dude does not deserve a title match against fucking Rollins. I get Rollins wants to be a fighting champion, but find worthy of fucking opponents, bro, because I won't be able to take that match serious. I'll be watching it live here on the channel. You want to hear somebody rant Monday night? Subscribe.
Division better. Yet Tony Khan wasn't holding back. Even when Eric Bischoff replied with a tweet with a clown emoji, Tony Khan hit back with a picture of "Get out of my sight, you miserable has-been." This is even after Tony had booked Eric Bischoff.
Eric Bischoff and Tony Khan going at it. There's nothing new about that. But apparently Eric Bischoff likes Tony Khan. He just felt Tony Khan disrespected Ted Turner because of some comments that were made fucking 3 years ago. Bischoff has a wooden bat up his ass about that whole situation. But apparently he said on his fucking podcast or whatever with John Alba that he likes Tony Khan. So you don't believe me? Go watch the podcast on YouTube.
Bischoff to appear on his own show. It's even been reported that AEW wrestlers themselves have been embarrassed by Tony Khan's comment.
I have heard that. Don't know who, but I have heard that.
I got a lot of tweets. Yes, it was the exact same thing as last time. Got a lot of tweets from people in AEW. They were like, "Why is he doing this on Twitter? This is embarrassing." That's what they said. They said it last time too. I'm sure he's aware of it, but he sees this as, look at all the engagement I get for these tweets, and then I can tweet out some matches and some promotion for Wednesday, and to help boost the rating.
So does Tony Khan need to back?
Newsflash, Tony. I hate to say it, and I really hate to say it, because I am a fan of AEW. I'm a fan of what you do. I'm a fan of a lot of the people there. Wednesday at Daily's Place was not a fucking good show, bro. You need to do better, man. You had all this hype over this whole social media fucking situation. You couldn't put on a fucking decent show to prove people wrong. Do better, man. Do better. The only good segment was Samoa Joe and fucking Swerve and Hangman. Then it went downhill when Hook showed up. And I'm a fan of Hook, so that shouldn't be happening.
Eric Bischoff has suggested that Tony Khan needs to distance himself from AEW in terms of serving it as its spokesperson. Based on what we've seen of Khan at AEW,
I believe that too, because the guy can't fucking speak.
Yeah. Bischoff's Strictly Business podcast co-host John Alba, who is an Emmy award-winning journalist, recently pointed out how Khan blundered his way through the World's End post-show media scrum to address Nick Hausman's insinuations that Chris Jericho had...
Bro, why the fuck was he wearing a wig and sunglasses? I saw this photo online. I thought it was Photoshop. Did he really do this at the media scrum? Bro, I gotta check that shit out. Holy fuck. This video's going way too long, man, but I have so much to say.
Was it? As far as Alba was concerned, Khan should have addressed the issue at the beginning of the scrum with a statement and moved forward. Instead, Khan repeatedly addressed the issue. Everyone knows someone who is thin-skinned and is easily offended. Sometimes it makes for some laughs, but it can also lead to trouble as the person in question wears out their welcome. However, when a public figure is thin-skinned, the consequences are magnified. Whether it's a politician, musician, athlete, or business owner flying off the handle on social media, it can backfire in a huge way.
The dude needs a haircut, man.
Supporters might enjoy seeing them insult someone they feel deserves it. It generally makes for bad optics, especially when the individual in question doesn't stop. Sometimes an individual's broadsides can even turn...
I hate to say it, but I feel like Tony Khan is the most hated guy in pro wrestling. Some of it's unjustified, I feel like people are so desensitized to only having WWE in their lives that oh, WWE automatically has competition now. So, everybody hates Tony Khan for giving WWE competition. Same thing happened during the Monday Night Wars, bro. Like, people used to go fucking ape shit between WCW fans and WWE fans. It was like, fucking anti-religious to fucking enjoy both products. But I mean, Eric Bischoff and Vince McMahon didn't help the process.
What is turning them into opponents? Tony Khan should have known better. On one hand, he seems to understand the importance of social media. He uses it to update fans on AEW news, including signings, upcoming shows, and company successes. However, it's problematic when he defends the company on social media. This is definitely not the first time that Tony has taken to social media to air out his grievances. In October of last year, Tony Khan tweeted, "Not that I should be surprised, but the same WWE avatar accounts that spam me every day, no matter what I say or what it's about, now turning the wrath to my mom recovering from a near-death experience is why I straight hate these people to the bottom of my heart."
I will say that, man. Apparently, Tony Khan, last year or whatever, his mom had some kind of health issues or whatever, and she was in the hospital. And it was around that time that he allowed William Regal out of his AW contract to go, be with his son in NXT or whatever. He was getting a lot of hate by a lot of fucking Twitter trolls. Tony Khan, I don't think he's intelligent enough to realize that, I mean, these are just people sitting in their mom's basement eating Cheetos, jacking off to, their dad's Playboy mags, have no lives, no cars, no jobs, no girlfriends, no hobbies outside of being on Twitter all day. It's a huge reason why I don't have a Twitter. Maybe more people should take after me. But I don't think people should be going, even if you don't like the guy, don't go after his family. I would say the same thing about anybody, including Vince McMahon. You just let it go, man. These people on Twitter don't mean nothing. They're fucking Twitter trolls that have fucking one follower who's probably their mom or their grandmother. They have fucking pictures of fucking Sasha Banks and Bailey everywhere. Like, don't pay any mind to these fucking assholes, bro. You gotta have thick skin if you're gonna put yourself out there. You gotta have thick skin, man. If people only knew the kind of messages and the kind of comments I get, and I'm a nobody, people just like to get under your skin, man. Let it fucking go.
With all my soul. Whilst the illnesses involving Tony Khan's mother should never be used as ammunition against Tony Khan himself, trolls will always be trolls, and they'll always be around. Tony Khan is just fueling them.
They were the kids that weren't beat when they were kids, man.
The right platform. Khan is AEW president, but social media isn't the place for him to take a stand. First, there's only so much that can be said on social media. Second, it's too easy to get mired in a back and forth with people who disagree with you. Third, Tony Khan seems like the kind of person who doesn't always take time to think over his social media posts, letting anger get the better of him.
Well, no
For
shit.
some individuals, it's better to address concerns with the media. Sometimes a statement can be issued to address a concern or make an important announcement. Interviews can also give someone a chance to discuss matters, controversial or not, in a closed environment.
Did I mention I'm a big fan of Chris Van Vliet?
Knows who they can count on for a friendly
Just
interview
saying.
and who might ask hard questions. They will also know how to let an interviewer know what questions are on and off the table. As mentioned, Tony Khan may not be the right person to address AEW's especially controversial ones. For whatever reason, Khan doesn't seem capable of handling live discussions or social media. He should consider a spokesperson for the company so he can focus on running the business, the most important aspect of being a boss. Khan can continue making announcements on social media, but he shouldn't be jumping into the proverbial weeds and defending.
He needs to stay out of the press conferences too, the media scrums. Like I said, my hair's a fucking mess. I just got out of the shower. I pretty much said everything that I needed to say, everything I wanted to say. I hope I didn't leave anything out, but I don't think I did. Do I think WWE in a way baited him, or USA Network or whatever baited him into, posting a tweet? Yes. But I was unaware until I went back and rewound the video that the time and the date was in, stylized like it's in the UK. So I'm in the US, man. It's time differences. I've never been to the UK. So I don't know what 0308 means. I don't know, man. I'm fucking lost. But you know what? I said what I had to say. And, I feel like the entire thing is childish. And I feel like, not just Tony Khan, but I feel like some people just are not meant to be social media advocates for fucking anything. And WWE, you two, do better, man. We don't want to fucking see Jinder Mahal take on Seth Rollins. Like I said, man, I'm going to be watching that show live Monday night. Monday Night Raw. Feel free to subscribe if you guys want to join the live stream. Anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for checking out another reaction video today. I really appreciate it. If you guys like videos like this, you already know what to do. Make sure you guys smash the subscribe button with the notification bell turned on. Give me a like. Check out my social media accounts. Links are in the description. See you guys next time.